Nigeria doing this incredible?
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all, we have to go back to writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.
It's always a joy to be with you on this show as we parade, the quality women we have in Nigeria, women who are, causing positive changes in every field they find themselves. Today I am smiling, chin to chin, because I have a personality. I don't want to tell you how long it took me to really catch up with her, but I am glad I actually did, because she has a whole lot to offer, especially to us women who are looking up to her. Who is my guest? Your guest is as good as mine, but we'll get associated right after this time out. Don't go away.
I don't think in gender boxes at all. I just get on with it.
A man that would dare to ask the wife, who do you think you are? That is a real man.
Yes. We need to have more women, more multitaskers around Nigeria to get Nigeria working.
Definitely.
Happy 61 Independence Anniversary, Nigeria. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Alright, the show is The Woman, and I'm Elizabeth Abai. Of course, my guest is seated here with me. My guest is none other than the woman. As long as I am concerned, today she is trending, because not too long ago she was appointed permanent ambassador, permanent delegate of Nigeria to the United Nations Education, Science and Cultural Organization. And of course, at the point you were, just before then, you were really the senior special assistant to the president on Women Affairs and Administration. That's the office of the First Lady. I want to read off with your personality, but I'm going to take them one after the other, because for me, I have known you like forever. First of all, you were a teacher, administrator, a whole lot of other things. We'll get to all that. But I know you're in Nigeria as of today because of a conference. You want to share that conference with us?
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. I'm happy, at last, I'm able to be with you. I know for how long you've been trying to reach me, but please forgive me. As I explained, it's as a result of my tight schedule. I came into Nigeria shortly last week in preparation for a conference on one of the very major program of UNESCO. It's called Man and Biosphere, and it's an international coordinating council, which is one of the strongest councils under UNESCO. And Nigeria is lucky to be a member of that council. Not only that, to have a Nigerian who is a professor and also the Director General of Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria in Ibadan, because he is now the chair, can you imagine? The chair, Nigeria is chairing that council in UNESCO. And for the first time, we are lucky we have the Director General of UNESCO, Ms. Andrel Azule, who agreed to come. She was here. Her coming was very short, but it was really very meaningful. We went to Calabar, because in Cross River State we have 2 of our sites there. We have 4 in total in Nigeria. 1 in Omo in the southwest. Then we have 1 in Hajo in the northwest. So at least since she's in Nigeria, she felt it's very important to visit the site.
So we went to all the 4 places?
We only visited the urban site in the national park in Calabar, about 2 hours drive away from Calabar. And interestingly, we went through the very thick rainforest.
Wow.
We walked for about 3 kilometers. And all she was excited to see is to see the monkeys, to see the gorillas. But I think we are many, the noise drove most of them away. But we saw one monkey jumping from one tree to another. And she became very excited. At least practically, this is the first time the Director General of UNESCO is able to visit such site and it has given her an insight as what it is all about, and also to plan for how we are going to, at least if there are challenges, what are the areas we should come in, since the reserve area is a designated UNESCO site. The aim is to see the impact, what influence do nature has on human development.
Okay.
So it is all about establishing relationship between people and their environment.
I'm happy she came around. I saw a bit of a picture when they were giving her the Ankara and a showcase.
Okay, I think that was the visit with the First Lady.
Yes.
After we had a bilateral meeting with Mr. President and other ministers in attendance, and she also went to see Her Excellency the First Lady of Nigeria. And it's also interesting to know that under UNESCO we have 8 main ministries that they are line UNESCO. We call them the line UNESCO ministries in Nigeria, which maybe if you recall, you saw on the TV in the news. I visited most of these ministries and had a discussion with them and tried to identify area of collaboration, what we need to do together and what we need to do that will improve the activities, programs we are doing in Nigeria under the ministry in Nigeria.
Okay, that's a good one, and I know that with you, a lot of changes will happen on the positive for Nigerians. Now, when I read up about you, when I listen to news and your name is mentioned, I've heard your name and your activities at a point you were Minister for Women, for Women Affairs, and you've worked with governments and different governments. It's quite unusual for a lot of people. Some people will work with a particular government and they don't work with the next one, but you seem to carry on, from one place to the other. It tells me there is something about you that is genuine, something about you that is unique. And a lot of people are watching, they would like to know, what is that magic wand you have?
Well, interestingly, Elizabeth, I would say that, I would say I started very young. And history has it that I'm one of the youngest person to be appointed minister at my early 30s.
You were in your 30s,
yes.
I recall.
So, and during our time, I was the youngest, and I would say I was ignorant, but I was naive and a lot of things. So I tried. What I did was to learn. It was actually a learning process for me. And I learned a lot. I'm a good learner, probably because I'm a teacher. I always believe you have to learn, and education is a continual process in life. So I don't have anything magically. I work very hard. I know to the best of my understanding. And any opportunity given to me, I try to do my best to excel, to be dedicated, to be committed, to be loyal. That could be maybe some of the virtues that has been carrying me along. And you could recall that immediately after my ministerial appointment, what I did was I went back to school to do my PhD. And as well, I work with an international non-governmental organization called Society for Family Health that is affiliated with US-based NGO called Population Service International. I worked there for 13 years.
13
So
years.
that was a time when I would say I was hidden. Most people didn't even know what
but
I was
that's actually
doing.
when I picked up your name. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there was an advert they did.
Yeah.
To promote, was it family planning or something?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that's it. That is it. We really work hard in the area of public health, in the area of reproductive health and maternal mortality reduction. And I would say, like I said, that period was a learning period for me, and I always call SFH as a learning organization for many reasons. And when I found myself working in the office of the First Lady as the Senior Special Assistant to the President, and she came up with her program, the Future Assured program, which basically is to promote the health and well-being of women and children. And it has a lot to do with the public health issue on reproductive health, maternal mortality, and I found it handy because I knew all the programming. I'm not a medical or a health person, but I learned on the job, and that actually helped me. So we're able to coordinate all other activities, we're able to coordinate programs, and we're able to implement meaningful programs, and we're able to draw the attention of co-sponsors. So I found it really very easy and very handy, and I just from there that I was just working. To me, this appointment, I would say it came as well as a surprise to me, because I never knew at that time or at this time while we are in office, I will leave what I was doing in the office of the First Lady. And when it happened, I think the understanding came from every angle. Even the First Lady got to know that this is something that will also help us further in what we are doing. She wasn't really selfish to say, okay, no, I have to remain. But she felt, yes, I'm going to serve my country. I'm going to serve women. I'm going to do something to promote the education of the culture, the education of women. Because UNESCO was established, actually, is basically to promote peace all over the world. It was established during the time of war, and there was a need for the world powers to come and look at, well, what do we do together, and under what umbrella do we operate. They now came up with UNESCO. So UNESCO, Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, is an organization that seeks to build peace through international cooperation in education, in science, in culture, in so many things that is coming up.
When you talked about the office of the First Lady, I recall when that news came, I was like, "Aw, Madam will be very sad. How is the First Lady going to cope? You guys, seem to bond so well." And I was the one to watch her on TV because I don't want to see tears. But somehow she let it go. And I know that a lot of times we are told not to turn back. Whatever we leave, we let it go. But I want to believe that you're still keeping an eye to ensure that whatever she needs from you at any given point in time, you pay attention to it. And I'm speaking and I'm looking at this book.
Yeah.
A lovely book. You wrote it. I remember at the lunch, I said you captured everything because I thought she's different. How did that occur to you?
Well, let me start by your comments about how the First Lady felt after I was given this appointment. First, you should know, well, there's always understanding, and that understanding has been what has been making us to work together and to excel. And also, the last 6 years, we have already set out, established and developed a structure. The structure is already on ground. It's like you just building a foundation, a very strong foundation. Then whoever comes and put the remaining blocks to make it a house is not something as difficult as what the foundation is. So I would say, she doesn't have any fear, and I don't have any fear about leaving the office or what will happen to the office, because we know the foundation is there, and whoever comes, I'm sure, and everything will work accordingly. And the program will continue to be. And I'm happy during my time I was able to mentor a lot of people around there. I have coached so many of them, and just like I said, the structure is there. The book. Aisha Buhari being different. To be honest with you, that is my third book. But this is the book I loved most for many reasons. This is the first time I'm writing a biography. It's a sort of biography and also discussing about certain issue. She has been the central focus in the book. Yes, as I say, I love the book. I will ever love the book because it's a well-researched book. It's a book about a personality that people has to know about. And she's different in so many ways. I work with so many First Ladies. Before now, I've even written a book on all the programs of First Ladies in Nigeria. I have it there on my shelf. I study, I research. So it became very handy for me when we came on board. When we started our program, we try as much as possible. We know some of the challenges the former First Lady had or faced in terms of implementing their programs. We try as much as possible to avoid those challenges. First, for example, Aisha Buhari has a foundation. the Aisha Buhari Foundation, registered as a private entity. The Future Assured program as a program also is registered as a private entity that will ensure sustainability. So it means even after she leaves office, it will continue to go. All the programs, she has already identified herself internationally, nationally and internationally with such programs, and you understand
Okay,
it.
but you know we're going to write this book because there is something else she's just done that is not here, the Aisha Buhari Cup.
That is one thing I have missed a little bit. I missed that. But I was discussing with her.
We can still put
Yes,
something.
yeah. It's a country I can have a reverse copy.
Yes.
In the next, and let me even tell you, currently we are trying to have it in French, translate the book in French. I've met with a company which is working on that. Even though we cannot include anything outside what we have already documented in the book, I think the next edition, more and more. We haven't closed the book. The book is not final.
Macmillan has a reverse edition.
Reverse edition. That is what I said.
Reverse edition.
Yes, we are going to have a reverse edition where we're including more and more and more. Even yesterday I was saying, I'm happy I'm going to talk about it now. I think she is internationally recognized by the football,
the FIFA
Cup. The FIFA Cup. So I was talking with Honorable Minister of Sports yesterday. He said, please, what you need to do is, you know that this is something nobody has ever, the first of its kind for our First Lady. These people started approaching us on this Aisha Buhari Cup when I was in office. We started it. And to be honest with you, when we started it, I didn't even know it's going to be as it is now. I was thinking that it's just a national issue. They want her to come up with a football team and they'll play here and there. But now we have gone internationally. So we are looking forward to the next Olympic, and we are going as Aisha Buhari Cup, and we are team, and we are going to get the cup to bring it back. That notwithstanding, it doesn't mean that I'm out, I'm still not part of it.
Yes.
Well, for people that actually know the relationship between us, know that
you can't really
I can't completely delineate myself from what she is doing and who she is and anything to do with Aisha Buhari, and also have the office of the First Lady.
You're a complete woman, a total woman, and we are really glad you've been able to achieve so much, including writing books. You know, I kept asking myself, how does she get the time to write books? And it's not small pamphlets, this thing. Before I finished reading it, it took me almost how many months? And that's like paying attention to it. And I wonder, the writer, how long it took the writer. It's a work that we are proud of.
Yeah.
But beyond that, how do you manage your time? Because your home front is intact. I remember your son, the other time, was praising you. He said, my mother is not AABB. You know, that shows how much bond you have with your family. Yeah. So how are you able to keep your family intact, keep your work intact, and every day you record success?
I think one thing I would say is that as far as my family, especially my children, are concerned, they are grown up, they are understanding, they are also educated, they supported me in whatever thing I want to do because they believe in me. And so that is one encouragement. Time actually is very precious for me. I don't waste time in whatever thing I want to do. I plan my day. I plan every hour of my day. Except the hour that Bio had to ask me to crash something. This 1 hour I'm having the interview, but I have it at the back of my mind, not knowing that actually when it will happen, but I know it will happen. So this is one thing important. Whatever you are doing in life, plan it well and look at your top priorities. Tick every afternoon and every morning, and checklist, and don't overstretch yourself. I always do what I know I can do. I'm a very blunt person. I tell you bluntly if I'm not interested in what you want me to do, and I don't commit myself unnecessarily. No, I do what I know I can do best, and things that I know I have passion for. I am very passionate about writing and reading. I'm a good reader. I read a lot, and I listen to news a lot, international. I read everything on paper, whatever it is, irrespective of religion, whatever and whatever. So I think my mind is so broad and can accommodate everything. So I find it very easy to manage my life, my family, and the form front and my official tags. And now that I'm higher somewhere there, I'm like running 2 homes. My house here in Nigeria is still, my members of my families are here, and I have to go with some to Paris. So every day is how this house is going, who is here and what is there.
You talk with them every day, right?
Oh, I have to. I talk, and they also call me. We do video calls sometimes. They will see what I'm doing, especially on my free days and in the office. And it's very exciting for me.
3 days. What do you do with your free time?
Free time.
How do you relax?
Oh, well, I relax watching film. I like watching.
Nice.
When I went to Paris, what I did was I made sure that in my house I have this connection with Nigerian films, Nigerian movies. I watch them a lot because I found it very, they kind of release my tension. And by the time I'm done, I tire, I sleep well.
Nice.
Like I say, I read a lot. I do a lot of exercise.
You work out. It shows because you're looking
I
very
work out.
fit.
I do a lot of workout every
good.
morning, and I find
That's
it
good.
very easy and convenient where I am now because my residence is in a location where it's really very exclusive. So I find it really very easy, and I eat well. I sleep well, and that's
That's really. I like the last things you just added because a lot of times women think they are very busy. They neglect themselves.
Yeah, no.
At the end of the day, you're busy trying to earn money, make a name,
No.
and you lose all of it.
Yeah.
Your family gets lost.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really pleased.
No, I always tell my fellow women, especially my close friends, when we come together, I always tell them that, look, please don't bother about anything you cannot help. Family issue, anything you cannot help. Take care of it. At this age, we need to take care of ourselves.
Definitely.
So you find that sometimes I have some of my very, very close friends sometimes just to relax. We just dance and we jump. And you see, all just you never be. One day my daughter just peep and so all that. She laugh and say, please, it's our life. It was here old school.
But sometimes you also try their new dance steps.
No, see, we don't hardly understand their new dance step.
There's one shaku shaku.
No. The
There's one they say
sometimes,
leg walk.
and the one they will be doing this and doing that. I don't understand that. I always say, sometimes you dance and listen to what you are dancing for and get the meaning of that. These are old schools, but now you hardly understand their language, their slang. My son will say a sheet. I said, what is sheet? Give me this sheet. I said, look, stop that language in my house. I don't like it. So that is their own, that's the generational kind of paradigm shift, I would call it. But it's interesting, it's a station whereby you can do some kind of comparative analysis to see, yes, what is happening in those years, what is happening now, and what is impact does it have in our lives and their lives now.
I won't leave you without asking for a word or two to women, Nigerian women who are watching you. Just a word of advice.
Yeah. Well, my fellow women, nobody is perfect. And I will not say I'm the perfect one, but I think there's a lot we can share from each other. There's a lot you have. There's something unique about each one of us. Let's try to bring out our uniqueness and let's try to share. We try as much as possible. Whatever we know we are doing well, we try to also mentor the younger generation of women. I think this is the only way we can be our sisters' keepers. I know we will get there. Honesty is very important, and it's a virtue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hajo Sani. Honesty, hard work, and believing in yourself is key. And from what you told me, I think I just want to add loving yourself, because if you love yourself, then you can only show the same love to other people. All right, the show, I wish it's not ending, but she has to go back to Paris. And I have to go back to NTA and do my job.
You come to Paris for holiday.
All right, I'll see you again next week.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all, we have to go back to writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.